Hello everyone, this is Flammy, and welcome back. Today we're going to be starting something new. We're going to be starting Season 2, because we've now reached Town Hall Level 5, so this is going to be Episode 1 of Season 2. Okay, so we've got a lot of stuff to cover today, and as soon as we load up here, we're going to get on going. So I've been offline for a little while. I've had midterms and essays due, and then I was sick, and now I'm home for Thanksgiving, so I'm recording this over Thanksgiving break. And should be up tomorrow morning, should be the Saturday after Thanksgiving for most of you guys. Well, or just a random Saturday for you non-US viewers. But here we are. So a lot of new things, as you might notice. I actually haven't recorded videos since about a week ago, so it's been a while. I have been playing, not much. I'll say that, not much at all. So I have kept up with some upgrades and stuff, so I'll point those out now. So let's see. First off, I've started a couple new buildings. So I've got this cannon that's brand new. It's upgraded to 5. I've got a new archer tower here. It's also upgraded. I've got another cannon out here, but we had one of those. It was over here. I just repositioned it because archer towers are better, as you might know if you watched some of my previous videos. What else have we done? Those two things are the only new buildings so far. But well, actually, hold on. I'll take it back. We also have one new gold storage. This one, and one new elixir storage, this one. So those four are the only new buildings. I've also upgraded a couple other ones. As you might notice, these are level 6 rather than level 5, which was my previous cap. So as you can see, these are 6 as well. I haven't done all of them yet. This one's still 5, this one's still 5, this one got up to 6, and this one's 6. So it looks like I got all my gold mines up. Yeah, and I've got 3 elixir collectors lagging behind a little bit. I do upgrade my gold first, typically, because gold is easier to spend, and elixir at lower levels especially is easier to steal. Okay, moving on. What else have I upgraded? So you saw the cannon. I've upgraded one cannon to level 6. This one is still 5. This one is 6. I think this one is... yeah, it's 5 as well. So only one cannon's been upgraded. All the archer towers, though, are now 5. Before, they were capped at 4, so all of these 3 are at 5. I also upgraded the mortar. That took a full day to upgrade from 2 to 3. We've now got a 6 damage per second, which equates to 30 damage per shot. So, very important to upgrade that as soon as possible, because that is your best line of defense against infantry. Okay, moving on. I also upgraded the laboratory, so it's now level 3. As you can see, it's busy with balloons. So it's working on balloon upgrade number 1. It's got about 11 hours left. It was a 24-hour one to start with when I started it. And I've also completed the research for both barbarians and archers, so they are now level 3. I'll pull them up in the barracks so you can see their new stats. Barbarians, let's see, they're now 65 and 14, and the cost is up to 60. As for the archers, my personal favorite unit in the game, they're up to 12 damage per second, 28 health, and up to 120 elixir. As you'll notice, you see here this is 28 health. Remember a minute ago I mentioned that the mortar was doing 30 damage per shot. That's not per second, that's per shot. So that means it can one-hit level 3 archers. However, do another upgrade on this and it'll push this above 30, and you won't be able to one-hit the level 4 archers. But very important to be able to one-hit the level 3s. Okay, that's it for the upgrades, and you guys are now mostly caught up if you've been watching the series through and through. And if you haven't, you should go back and check out Season 1. I did 19 episodes of that. All of them were Town Hall Level 4, and now that we are 5, hip hip hooray, we can move on to more things. And 5 is when we really get a lot of options for how to expand our base, so I'll have a lot more to talk about for different possible designs. But what are we doing today? What are we doing today, indeed? So we've got a bunch of gold, as you can see in the top right, just over 100,000. And I've also got, well, no elixir, as you can see. Well, where's that elixir? It's all hiding. So I've mentioned the elixir queuing in the past, but here it is in action. And when you've got a couple barracks that can store up wall breakers, it's really effective. So right there, I just canceled out about 90 wall breakers, and we're up to, not quite that many. But we're up to 117 elixir. So all that elixir was completely impossible to steal while it was in there. So I just took those guys out of there so you can see what we have to work with today. So we've got 105 gold and 117 elixir. So what projects do I want to start? Well, first off, there's a new defensive structure, which we have not covered yet. Well, walls is one, that's a very important one. But there's also, down here, the wizard tower right here. So the wizard tower is going to cost 180,000 gold. It's going to take 12 hours to complete, but it also does splash damage. So just like the mortar, it's very important to get the splash damage buildings built. I'll show you the description here. Ultimate arcane defense. Gotta love magic, right? Okay, so with 180,000, that's going to be another 75,000 gold we're going to need to collect, and that's going to occupy one of our workers if we so do that. What to do with the other worker, though? I don't really have any plans off the top of my head. I think I also upgraded this gold. Did I? No, I didn't, so we could do that. We could send a worker off to do that. It's not super important to do so, though. I'll show you why. So if we upgraded this gold, what would that do? That would double our gold storage. It always doubles. So it'd go from 250,000 to 500,000. So 250,000 to 500,000. Why would that not matter, I said, though? Because if you open up this, you see it costs 750,000. So even if we upgrade this, we're not going to have the required 750,000 capacity to upgrade to the next Town Hall level. Not that we're planning on doing that anytime soon. We're going to do lots of upgrades first. But we can't, even if we do upgrade this, it won't help. So that means, what does that mean? That's going to mean, as mentioned in some previous videos, we're going to need to get our second gold storage at some point. We could start that now, or we could start that later. Probably better to start that later, because I'm recording this late at night, so better to delay that and just do it when I'm awake during the day, so I can start it, because it's like 5 minutes to start with the first level, something like that, maybe 15. But the point is, it's a bunch of short constructions, so if I can be awake for a couple hours, I can finish 3 or 4 upgrades. Opposed to this, well, opposed to a different upgrade, so maybe I could upgrade this, where I can upgrade this for 12 hours while I'm sleeping, and that's not a big deal, because it's not like I'd be online to use the workers anyways. But before we do that, we need to decide how we're going to spend our stuff. So, as I said, we need 75,000 more on the gold count, so that means we're going to be attacking. Let's check out our current army. So as you saw, I was doing elixir queuing. That means this is all maxed out, and this is going to be the army composition I'm going to be using today. And I'm going to go queue up a replacement army for this, because I'm going to be expending it, and I want to be retrained as fast as possible. Let's do 3. And 3. You see that 3 giants takes 6 minutes to complete. So I'll queue up 6 minutes of stuff in here also. And that while that won't complete, it will start completing as soon as we deploy troops in-game. So what I'm planning on doing is go fighting, coming back, rearranging my base a little bit while the troops finish, and then going out and fighting again. And hopefully between those 2 fights we'll be able to start the wizard tower construction. But what do we want to use our elixir on is the question. I got both these golds up. We could do this. Is that 8? That's 8 also, so it doesn't really matter. I don't know. We can decide later if I can't decide now. Maybe I could get another one of these ups to help with balloon recruitment. Okay, let's just get going at it. No need to start the workers now. I haven't checked our recent matches, of which we got attacked many times. I wasn't playing super actively. It's a very high level base. Entrance hall design. One of my subscribers commented in the previous video. I've made this tip before and they really appreciate it, so I'll say it again in case anyone missed it. If you're ever attacking through this, don't deploy giants down here. There'll be tons of traps in here. Just deploy 1 goblin, it'll run down here, trigger every single trap in it, and get out scot-free. Then you can deploy the rest of your stuff if you want. But I'm not attacking this anyways. It doesn't have enough gold. Did have a lot of elixir, but we're not going for elixir today. I don't have anything to spend it on. 60k. 60k is not bad at all when only we need 75. But can we take this? Well, this is undefended, this cannon. Everything else is rather defended, though. I don't see an anti-air, which would make our balloon more effective. But I'm not super confident in our giant's ability to take this on, so I'm going to skip this. 19,000 makes me wish they had more. Let's see, I'm not really sure how many exactly I'm looking for. This is a better defended base than the previous one, and for less resources too. So I'm not going to attack this one. I would hope for at least 40,000. I'll say that as our goal. This is the 60,000 one. I'm sort of regretting it a little bit, passing that up. Poorly defended gold. Actually might be good option for a raid. Yep, we're going to do a raid. So I put down the giant first, just to soak up fire. Oh, they got a giant coming in. Doesn't really matter. Well, sort of does. I put down the giant first to soak up the cannon mortar. And then I put down those other guys to the goblins to start getting the gold. I put down a couple of barbarians to distract the one guy there. 13,000 gold. Is it worth deploying a couple more guys? Yes, it is. So one problem here is when I queued up my guys, I was predicting I would be using mostly giants whenever I did attack. So I'm going to have a couple too many giants starting soon. Because it's a raid, I'm not expecting to win this. For those of you who haven't seen my previous videos, I'm just taking the gold and running. So, yeah, I don't really even, no point in watching this even. 23,000, not bad for that many guys deployed. Especially because, like, Elixir, we got too much of it anyways, so whatever, screw it. Spend it on units. What's our composition looking like? It's going to be way too giant heavy now. But, we're now maxed again, so whatever. What can we do about it? So, I mean, it's all about trading off, like, would I rather sit here and wait, or would I rather just attack more often, but with a less perfect army? And I'm going to choose attack more often, especially when it means I don't have to edit this video quite as much, which honestly is the slowest part about getting these things out. I can record several in a row, but I have trouble editing them and then uploading them. Okay, 32,000, not bad, but this is for the town hall level, that's not a good amount of resources, so we're gonna skip that. Although they were very poorly defended. If you back at the video and look at the right side, they turrets outside the walls. Bad plan. 20,000, not enough. Decent amount of gold for their upgrades. Those walls are not well upgraded. Well, walls and turrets both. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, I could take that on. Like, there's no problem in my mind that I could 3-star that base. The thing is, it's just not worth 20,000 gold. Is not worth waiting around. Maybe the 20 minutes it's gonna take me to remake my entire army. So that's my logic behind that one. It's not a question of can I take this. It's also a risk, benefit, reward, balancing effect. So now that we're heavy giant, we're gonna be better off against spread out defenses. But not people who are high level like this. That's Town Hall level 6 right here. This guy. Good job putting his anti-air in the middle. A lot of people neglect doing that. Level 17. I should mention there was a recent patch, which I'm sure all of you players who are currently watching this know about. Oh, hold on. Pause. Good amount of gold in this base. I know I passed up the 60,000 before, but as I said, I'm regretting it. Oh, doubly so. This is a good base to attack because, as you can see up here, they got their gold all in one corner, which means I can take on this guy and get it pretty easily. Okay, giants from the inside is going to be faster than putting them through the walls, but I do have the wall breakers to use, so I don't really mind. Like I've said in the past, no hurry to deploy, guys. Just take an extra 25 seconds and look it over. I mean, I know I'm going to attack this base, but if you're unsure, just take the time. Yeah, okay, I'm going to deploy guys from, inside. Because they're going to go for the ones I want anyways, are they? The question is, this anti is a little close, but they're still going to, I think. Yep, good. Also going to do archers to help out. Oh yes, recording lag. My arch nemesis. As you can see, 10 giants are going through the defenses very quickly, especially with archer support. Unfortunately, I don't have many archers to support. let's see, so these guys are going to come over here next. They're going to probably get split up between these once I take down this. No, they're going to come over here, then here. Once this goes down, I can deploy my balloon to take out this guy once it's distracted on the giants. Most of these, actually all these giants are going to come over here next. I'm going to deploy my last few archers right here just to help out. So as soon as this archer tower starts firing against these guys, I'm going to deploy my balloon. Why? It's not necessary to win this fight, but I think this already pushed me over the 80,000, so I'm not going to be attacking right away after this. My 2 attacks turned out to be a raid and an attack to get my reward. So you see that balloon half killed the turret. The question is, was that a good decision or not? That was a fine decision. What ended up happening was the archer tower gets stuck shooting one giant until that giant dies, and then it goes for the next target. Typically, it'll go for the nearest target, or if there's several near ones, it'll go for the hurt one. Actually, they sort of changed it. They tweaked that AI a little bit. It used to go for the hurt one all the time, but now it's going for the nearer one, it seems. So after it killed the giant, it switched over to the balloon. So I didn't really know which one he was shooting at, but can't really do anything to help it. So we've only got 45 seconds left. I'm not super confident in our ability to completely wipe out everything in this base. At least there's nothing in the corners that will help out. I mean, we do have 20, I think about 15 archers out there, so that's decent damage per second, but it's sort of a race here. It's actually sort of a question of if we're going to get the elixir or not, but as I mentioned, don't really care about that in this case. Let's see. I mean, there's nothing I could do at this point to help out other than deploy my clan castle guys, which has primarily archers and barbarians in it. And I'm not going to do that because I don't care about actually winning, and I don't care about getting elixir. If you do care about either of those things, and there's enough elixir to matter, you could think about it. Yeah, so as I was saying, it's very close. You can see 1 second left, and all those buildings are under half health, so I'm fine with that, though. 56,000 is nothing to be sad about. Take our 12 trophy 2-star, and head on home. And let's get those lazy workers going. So, Wizard Tower is going to be first order of business. And then we've got choices. I should mention, it's always better to just get a new building rather than upgrade a previous one. So when you first get to a new town hall level, get a level 1 resource collector rather than upgrading a one like this. So before you upgrade from 5 to 6, get a level 1. So, I mean, why do you say that? I mean, that might not make a lot of sense. You're like, hey, like, Flammy, if I upgrade this, he's like plus 300 per hour, right? I mean, like, and this is already getting 1,000 per hour. Well, the difference is this. So, this is, if you upgrade this, it's going to take 12 hours. And it's going to it's going to add an extra 300 per hour, but only once it's done. Now, compare that to a level 1. So, I don't have one here to build, but I know what the stats are off the top of my head. If you build a level 1, it takes 5 or 15 minutes, I can't remember. But the important part is it adds 200 collection per hour. 200. This one is only 300 for a 12-hour one. So you can either tie up a worker for 12 hours on this guy, or you can tie up one for 15 minutes maybe, and get 200 per hour extra. So that sort of demonstrates always start a new building before you upgrade an existing one when possible. Only exception to that rule is going to be resource storage when Town Hall level 4. But moving on. Well, actually, I should say that also applies. I started that thought when I was building the Wizard Tower. If it's a question of upgrading a Wizard Tower for 180,000, or say this mortar for the exact same 180,000, this is twice as long. This will increase the damage by 5. This is half as long, as I mentioned, and does its own damage. So it's not by 5. I think it's plus 11 per second. But it's better to have more. Even if your current design, due to wall limitation or something, means like this is going to have to be sitting out here, it doesn't matter, just do it. Okay. So that just handily took care of most of our gold issues. So we're now down to 5,000 gold. So, elixir, how to spend our elixir. So, well, we can always queue our army. That's a good start. So we spent balloons, and we spent giants, so let's start out with those. So that's that. And we're going to need barbarians and goblins, which I never got to replace for the second attack. But we don't need wall breakers. And we have 25 archers. Where did those come from? I must have had them queued up. Yeah, they were all queued up. That was it. Okay, so 5 and 10. I believe that was my composition I was doing. It's been a long time, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, and that's maxed out right there. Actually, that's overmaxed. Looks like we're only getting 5 barbarians this time. Okay. And, okay, so final builder and elixir. So, the question is, do we start some elixir project, of which I don't really have any good choices, or do we just keep the builder and use them for things like upgrading walls if I continue to raid? And I'm not going to continue to raid tonight because it is currently almost 1 a.m., so not doing that personally, but this should be in your mind when you're trying to make a decision for yourself. I could do this. Oh, not that. This. Doesn't really provide any benefit, but it does drain gold, and I'm going to need to do it eventually. I could do a gold mine, although I'm sort of like where these are at. It's going to take a full day to do another one. I mentioned a long time ago, I was sticking at level 5, and so now I'm upgrading them all to level 6, so obviously I've done that for all the golds. I might eventually go to 7, but I highly doubt it'll go beyond that. Why? Because this is already at 1 day, and it just gets much slower. And I'm not planning on staying with this account, honestly. If you watched Season 1, Episode 1, as you see, I do have a main out there, and I can play it again. You might think it's gone forever, but nope, actually, spoiler, I can go back to it at some point. Yeah, so I'm just going to start this upgrade right here. Why? Because 1, I've got the money to spend, so might as well do it. 2, because I got the worker to spend, so I might as well do it. And 3, I can't think of anything better to use it for. And 4, I'm not going to use a worker for other unuseful things in the meantime. It's only 12 hours after all. If it was like 2 days to upgrade it, definitely going to think about that. Like, there's almost certainly something could come up in the next 2 days I could use it for. Okay, so this video is pushing out to 20 minutes. So, I know I said that I was planning on rearranging my base in between the raids, or between the attacks, but it turns out because the first one was only a raid, I don't have the time to do that right now. So, I think I'll come back and do that for our next video. So, if you watched the last episode 19, I think it was, of Season 1, the very final one, you saw me create this base defense. I'm going to leave this base defense up for Town Hall Level 5 right now, just now. No, this is terrible Town Hall Level 5, like, base. This is not a Town Hall Level 5 base. Just saying I'm going to do it later so you guys can watch me do it. But don't copy this base if you just started watching and are looking for a Town Hall Level 5 base. I hope to get to that in the next episode, so, only last thing to do before I end this video is we've got 25,000 elixir. Queue it up. And now we've got no elixir. And just like that, we are not a target to be attacked anymore. Perfect. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys are all as excited for Season 2 as I am. Final thing I'm going to mention in this episode is one of my commenters was wondering why I've not collected all these. Actually, this is not an accident. I have not collected all of these because I simply don't care. What do these guys all give? They give gems and they give experience. Gems I'm not spending at the moment, so whatever. And experience, well, all that does is rank me up. And that doesn't matter for matchmaking. But it does possibly scare off other people if I'm a higher level. But one thing I enjoy doing is being a lower level, so I look a little weaker than I actually am. Get people to underestimate me a little bit. I'm a sort of tricky guy like that. I enjoy tricking people into attacking, and then failing in their attacks. Okay guys, so that's about it. Thank you very much for watching. Please like if you like the video, and comment if you have any questions. I do answer all the ones that are actually questions, and I do appreciate all of your great videos. Love to see more comments. And beyond that, check out Reddit if you haven't. There's a link in the description. We've got a great Clash of Clans community over there with lots of great resources. I'll see you guys later, and have a great evening. Well, I guess it's not evening. Have a great day.